Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the channel to talk about some NFL news, so we're going to get right into it here. So, first thing I'm going to talk about is the Chargers. They've hired former 49ers All-Pro linebacker NaVorro Bowman as their linebackers coach, reuniting him with his former San Francisco head coach Jim Harbaugh, per source member. With Jim Harbaugh, Coach Carbar coached the 49ers, NaVorro Bowman was one of their linebackers, All-Pro, and now he's going to be on Jim Harbaugh's coaching staff as their linebackers coach, which I think is a really good move. Chargers are pretty much assembling an all-star coaching staff, minus Greg Roman. But, I don't know. His are usually top 5, though, for the running game. Like, he has a really good run game. The play action. Passing can be dangerous, so I think he's a really good, like, coordinator, to get a legit run game going, and that play action. So I think he could be an all-star coaching staff, honestly. But it's officially official. I like this move. I didn't know who they'd get as their linebackers coach, but it was rumored yesterday that they were targeting NaVorro Bowman. So they're pretty much the San Francisco Chargers right this year. But they're building a strong coaching staff, and I think they'll be a much better team this year. Or not this year. Well, in a few months when the next season starts. Starting with the draft, starting with the coaching staff, building their coaching staff with getting the draft, and then we'll see what they do in the draft. I think they'll be lethal. Not lethal, but I think they'll be a much better team than they were this past season. So we have some news with the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks, they are hiring former Washington offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb, who recently accepted the same position at Alabama, per Adam Schefter and Pete Thamel. So the Seahawks have filled their offensive coordinator role, getting Ryan Grubb, which I think is an excellent move. He had one look at Tuscaloosa. He's like, no, I'll go to the NFL. But I think it's a smart decision. He, as always, was powerful in college, and I feel like it's a much better hire than, say, Chip Kelly. And Mike Macdonald's off to a great start, getting Ryan Grubb as his offensive coordinator, because he was really good at Washington. Obviously, he had all that talent, Romeo Dunze, Julian Polk, McMillan, Penix. But the Seahawks are being aggressive. So, what a hire. So, he was going to go to Alabama. I guess he decided not to and went to the NFL. So, yesterday, it was confirmed the NFL will hold a game in Madrid, Spain in 2025. And, the NFL's first ever game played in Spain will be held at Santiago Bernabeu Stadium, the home of Real Madrid. So what game are they going to have? This isn't, it didn't say or confirmed what teams, but the NFL will hold a game in Madrid, Spain. I don't know what teams will be there. It doesn't say. It's just, I could definitely see like the Jaguars or some team like that. But the NFL having games all around the world. Love to see it. Growing the game internationally. So Jets owner, Woody Johnson, he said this: the discussions I've had the last couple of months, they've seen me about as mad as I can be with what was going on. With the offense particularly. This is it. This is the time to go. We've got to produce this year. He basically slammed Zach Wilson and the offense and puts the heat on Robert Saleh. He's basically saying, oh, this is time to go. We've got to produce this year. If not, you're out. Is basically what he's saying. But I feel like Woody's awful. Not as awful as his coaching staff. They're doing Zach wrong by shifting all the blame to him. To me, you have no offensive line and zero offensive coordinator with zero plan. If an old man QB gets hurt, one of the worst teams. When the old man QB got hurt, it's like one of the worst offenses I've ever seen. It's a win or fire type season for them. But if you're mad, then I guess just clean house. I guess Woody Johnson. So, former NFL coach Bill O'Brien, Boston College is working towards a deal to hire Bill O'Brien as the school's next head coach. A deal is expected soon, but giving BC a well-regarded coach with extensive NFL experience and strong local ties. Man, we'll see what Boston College can do. I don't know if this will be a good hire, though. I don't think it's that good of a hire for Boston College. They probably couldn't have had many better options, but Bill O'Brien's not that good of a coach. But hey, back to Boston, I guess. So, 49ers crying once again, ladies and gentlemen. When they weren't happy with the field conditions when they were waiting for the Super Bowl. 49ers are crying once again. Christian McCaffrey, Nick Bosa, and other 49ers were not happy to be awakened when the fire alarm went off at their hotel. I've never seen a team make so many excuses before a game. Oh, but the field. Oh, why would the fire alarm wake us up? Do they ever not complain? I mean, the 49ers are the team that has to complain the most in the league. I thought this was just funny because they always make excuses. I mean, yeah, you used to get that all the time when you were living apart. People's probably had that happen. Tough shit. Deal with it for you, San Francisco. So we have Michigan is planning to hire former Giants defensive coordinator Wink Martindale, who was a defense coordinator in the NFL for the New York Giants. Michigan's going to hire him as their defense coordinator per source. The deal is still being finalized, but it's not expected to be an issue. Martindale will replace Jesse Minter, who became the Chargers defense coordinator. So Michigan goes the NFL route for their DC, which I think is an interesting hire. I didn't think Wink Martindale would go back in college. But their past two defense coordinators, Minter and Mike McDonald, ran a version of Wink Martindale's defense with similar concepts and terminology. Thus, the adjustment for the players might not be quite as dramatic as if an NFL coach took over. This makes them more suitable for a job. This makes total sense. At least to me. So, first-time eligibles for the Pro Bowl Hall of Fame class of 2025 include Eli Manning, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, Terrell Suggs, Marshall Yonda, Marshawn Lynch, Earl Thomas, Joe Staley, Demarius Thomas, Aqib Talib, Vernon Davis, Darren Sproles, and Karen Wake. Vinatieri, I think, should definitely be on there. I think Vinatieri has to be first ballot. I mean, it feels old just reading this list with all these legends. I think Eli Manning should as well. We'll see how many getting in. So your NFL awards from the other night, Lamar Jackson, Cameron Ward won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. Joe Flacco won the Comeback Player of the Year. Surprisingly, I thought it'd be Damar Hamlin, but yeah, it was Joe Flacco. Kind of unexpected, but deserved. But here's your Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2024. Julius Peppers, Devin Hester, Dwight Freeney, Andre Johnson, Patrick Willis, Steve McMichael, Randy Gradisher. Steve McMichael, I think most of these deserve it, but Antonio Gates I thought was robbed. How did Antonio Gates not get in the class of 2024? Like, Antonio Gates got absolutely snubbed. And I'm saying, I mean, I love Devin Hester, but how does he get in over Antonio Gates? That's my opinion. Antonio Gates arguably had a better career than all these guys here. Just my opinion. But maybe next year. Christian McCaffrey won the Offensive Player of the Year. Lamar Jackson won MVP. Kevin Stefanski won Coach of the Year. Will Anderson won the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. C.J. Stroud won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year. So those are some of the awards. I thought they got most of the awards right, except the Defensive Player of the Year. And Coach of the Year was debatable. The Chargers, 2 days ago, officially named Greg Roman as their offensive coordinator. So, yeah. So the Commanders are expected to hire former Eagles offensive coordinator Brian Johnson to a prominent offensive staff role. Per source, don't know what's going to be, but Brian Johnson will be staying in the NFC East. So, Patriots safeties coach Brian Belichick, the youngest son of former Bill Belichick, is remaining with the team, so he will remain with the Patriots. Is Brian Belichick. Man, how many kid assists does this guy have? So, the Chiefs activated wide receiver Sky Moore from injured reserve and placed Charles Omenihu on injured reserve, so Sky Moore is back. So, Chiefs left guard Nick Algoretti, who practiced a few days ago, in place of Joe Tooney as a pectoral injury. I would probably bet towards Algoretti playing. Chiefs head coach Andy Reid told pool reporter Peter King. For Joe, it's a strength thing right now. It's not strong. It's just not strong enough. I mean, yeah, he'd force himself to play because it's the Super Bowl, because it's the damn Super Bowl. I don't know if he'll play. We'll just have to see. Giants announced 3 promotions. Offensive coordinator Mike Kafka now will be assistant head coach. Secondary coach Jerome Henderson now will be the defensive passing game coordinator, and QB coach Shea Turini will be the offensive passing game coordinator. Giants fans hearing this news are probably like, no! So it looks like the Giants will be holding on to Kafka. That's all the NFL news to talk about here, so until next time, man. Peace.